Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Looking for Love. I'm your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host.
Lamar Hall.
We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New U Nation Network YouTube channel. Please subscribe, share, comment. And if you are enjoying the show along this journey, please hit the thank you button at the bottom and you can make a small donation or a large donation. We take change, but we love the thing that folds. So
I like it.
don't laugh at me.
I respect the dialogue because I can't do it. So I watch a lot of podcasts and I watch how each presenter, each host does their little different thing, and it's a talent. So kudos, I love it.
Listen, you got to say what you got to say. We here to entertain and everything, but guess what? Nothing moves without money. So if you are enjoying this and you want to support the movement, there's a little thank you button below the screen. Just click on it and do what you do. So how was your week, Lamar?
Week is going good. How about you?
It's going good. I can't complain. We got a school that is willing to take Jermaine. So I just have to go and meet the staff and everything because this is a big change for us because I have to release him to somebody else, but he needs to do it. Just enjoying my grands. They crazy. My grands.
I see you.
Grand dog.
Yeah, you got kitties all around you. I was like, woo.
And they are a whole show. You know, everything's a show to me. So they're a whole show, but everything's good. I cannot complain. So if this is your first time here, we would love to have you subscribe. We would love to share it for you to hit the bell so you get the notifications when we go live. And we would love for you to send your questions to us. So we will give you the run of the show so you know what is coming next. So first we do our What Would You Do segment, where we answer the viewers' questions. And this is just our opinion. Whatever you do, however you handle things, it is your decision and not ours. We are not telling you what to do. So that is our disclaimer. Then we do our celebrity relationship news. Let's sip on that. And then we do our Beauty and the Beast segment, where we give you a wellness tip of the week. And then we do our final thoughts and we get out of here. So if you would share this out right now, if you can, we would appreciate that. And we will get to our first segment, and that is, what would you do if it was you? Yep. So let's get this. You know I need my glasses because we Gen X and we can't see.
Nope. I can't see at night.
Nope, me either. I hate the lights and everything. So, wait a minute. Before we do that, first of all, I just want to say, let's just say rest in peace to Angie Stone.
Definitely.
And please love on your loved one. She was tragically killed in a car accident, and which was very unexpected. She had went through some illnesses and fought through that and survived. But we just have to acknowledge her tonight for her career, for what she has contributed to music. She was a great musician, a great writer, a great singer, and she will be desperately missed. And the New U Nation Network and Looking for Love would like to give our condolences to her family and friends and those who loved her. And we pray that God will give them strength. We pray that God will give them comfort and just a peace that passes all understanding. So Angie Stone, we love you. We thank you. And we just wanted to say rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
So now we're going to get to our What Would You Do segment. This guy I'm seeing refuses to be friends with me on Facebook. He says social media only causes problems. Should I be concerned?
No, he sounds like a grown-ass man. Sounds like a grown man. I never had Facebook the entire time I was married.
Well, you didn't have it.
I didn't have it.
I'm saying, but if my man did not want to be friends with me on Facebook, that would be a concern of mine. Because why not? I wouldn't expect him to flash me all over his page or anything like that. But we can't be friends on Facebook. Why? If I was your girl, what? Why?
I just say Generation X. We didn't grow up with that type of social media. So if you're in a relationship with somebody, because that's one of my things, is that when I meet someone, I immediately check their social media. So if you have 5,000 or more followers, I don't even want to deal with you. It's just too much. It's too much going on. So,
but if your girl said, I don't want to be friends with you on Facebook,
I wouldn't care.
Wow. I would. If you're friends with everybody else, why wouldn't you want to be friends with me? Like, I'm your girl. Like, what's the big deal?
I don't see a problem with it or without it. It's just, to the person. I mean, I don't know what following each other is nothing. I get it from the show. I get a lot of people follow me. I don't follow everybody. So
but if you wanted to be friends with your girl, if you say, hey, I tried to friend you and I couldn't see your account or you didn't accept my friend request.
Okay, you put it like that. Okay, it's starting to get to some questionable area.
Right, but I'm just saying, she said he refuses to be friends with her on social media. So I'm sure she clicked the add as a friend.
Right.
He never responded, and she went and said, or however, you didn't respond to my friend request. And he probably said, well, because we're not going to be friends on social media.
I would be more concerned with Instagram than Facebook, but
we older people, a lot of older people are not on Instagram.
I don't do Facebook. I don't do Facebook. I have a Facebook account, but I don't interact with it. And one of my best friends, he was like, welcome to the shit show. And he was right, because people just post any and everything. And I always ask, how mad do you have to be to get mad, then go to social media and then put a video up, or type something up? It's like it's not that serious. It's like, I don't know.
I don't think social media, you should ever put your personal relationship business on any social media platform. You should never get mad and tell people, oh, this, I see people do it all the time. Mm-hmm. And when it's my people, I send them a DM and tell them, take that shit down. Like, you look crazy. The person you're talking about does not look crazy. You look crazy. So stop. Yeah. But for me, I'm going to say this to her. For me, it would be a red flag if I wanted to be friends with my significant other on any social media platform and they refuse, because that would make me think, what do you have to hide, or what are you saying, or what am I missing? Because it clearly his page, most people's page is not mine, because we have this going on. So none of my social is private. But most people who have a regular life, their social is private. So you have to be their friend to see their stuff. Mm. So I would be like, what is it that you don't want me to see? Or what?
So on Facebook, you have to let somebody in to see?
If your Facebook is set to only friends, you can have your Facebook set to private. So only people that you're friends with can see your stuff. Everybody can see my stuff because all of my stuff is public because of the business that we're in.
Yeah.
So my life, our life, now yours, and I didn't drug you in it.
Yeah, and mine's public too. I don't, it is. But I think there is that is a red flag. So she has to decide, pick your battles. If the relationship's all good and this is the only splinter, don't let a splinter, end the relationship. So you got to pick your battles.
But don't ignore a red flag. Mm-mm. That's going to turn into a deal breaker. If this is a deal breaker, this is my thing. If it's a deal breaker for me from the beginning, so if this is a deal breaker for you, if this is going to bother you, and he's not willing to allow you to be friends, because that really is a red flag. If he's just refusing and you're saying, this is bothering me, then you should make a hard decision now before you really fall in love, because you said, this guy I'm seeing. So that doesn't sound like it's really serious. But what's going to happen when it does get serious?
Well, I mean, if and I went through that, my first relationship out of my divorce, it created a lot of insecurities, so, and you have to learn how to deal with it. And now today, I don't care, but, new to the game, I was a shitty mess with that. So.
Yeah, it's a red flag, sis. So if I was you, I would be like, hey, if you either we're going to be friends on social media or we ain't going to be friends at all. That's just me. And I'm not telling you what to do, but that would be my stance. If you can't be friends with me in public on a social media site like Facebook, then this ain't going to work for me. So you make your decision and call me when you decide. Peace. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned in to Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And right now we're doing our What Would You Do segment. And we had a viewer's question that said, is it a red flag if my man or woman don't want to be friends with me on Facebook? And for me, it's a red flag. And that's a decision that you just have to make. Like Lamar said, is it a splinter or is it a deal breaker? You got to know.
I'm 50-50. I will look at the total picture and make that decision.
Either we friends or we not. Either we all the way, or we all the way the other way, and you could kick rocks. And that's just me.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm petty, but I would never tell my man, I'm not going to friend you on anything, because why? What do I'm friends with everybody else, but I won't be friends with you?
True.
Unless I got some
I mean,
booze.
you're creating a great case.
Yeah, unless I got some other folks that I want to think that I'm single.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, how new is this relationship? I mean, we talk. I mean, did we meet last month and now you want this? Or I mean, I don't know. I mean, there has to be. Give me some grace period.
Even if we just met, like, why wouldn't you want to be friends with me on social media? Like, why can't I see your social media? That speaks a lot. Like you said, the first thing I do is go to somebody's social media.
Oh yeah.
So if it's private, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I requested. I mean, if they don't let me in, they don't let me in, you know. But I mean, at some point, I mean,
you said you requested.
Yeah, I requested.
So if you request them and they say no, what does that look like?
I mean, just depends on how serious we are. You know, I don't, you know, if I've been dating you 3 or 4 months, okay, something's going on. But you know.
There you have it, sis. You just got your answer. He just fessed up. He would be bothered too, and I knew I could get it out of him. So let's go to our next question. I've been with my man for about a year now. I met him at a bar in a hotel I was working at an event at. We talked about 30 minutes, exchanged numbers, and to my surprise, he was one of the guests at a birthday party I was hired to dance at. We started dating. He's talking about marriage now. He doesn't want me dancing anymore. Says his wife cannot be a stripper. I make a lot of money dancing at private events. This is my business. I asked him how would he like it if I told him to give up his construction business. He said that's very different. Do you think it's different, and what should I do?
Guys, do not fall in love with these type of women, man. These strippers are not wives, dude. You are caught in the flesh, and you're caught on aesthetics and things of that nature. That is not you're not going to take that woman home to your mama and be like, hey, my mama, she strips on the weekend. You know, it's just, I mean, and there's no longevity in that. So depending on how long she's been doing it, I mean, he's trying to save her. I mean, he's a different dude, but I mean, if that's what he wants to do, cool. But you can't expect anybody to drop what they're doing. You meet them, you know, you got to take them how you meet them. And I would never fall in love with a stripper. I've dated an ex-stripper, but I've never fallen in love with a stripper. So it's just.
Strippers ain't wives?
No, hell no.
Yes, they are. Well, how could you say that?
They're not wives. No, they're not. They crave attention. Any woman that craves attention at that caliber, I mean, every woman loves to be told that they're pretty. And a stripper that has decided that she likes being told that she's pretty, but she wants to show you how fine she is and take all her clothes off. That is not a normal woman. That is just not normal for women to do. And that's very sexualized. And any man that wants a hyper sexualized woman, it's a lot of problems. You got to have a lot of money and be really secure in who you are, man. Because like I said, I dated an ex-stripper and she still craved that attention from 6 years prior from dancing. So it's just, I wouldn't be a stripper.
This is it. Is stripping more important than becoming his wife? That's my question to her. And I understand that you said, how would he feel if I told him to quit his construction business, because she considers her stripping a business, right? So I get that.
There's no longevity in it, though. I mean, you can't be 35, 40 years old talking about I'm still stripping. That's a young woman's game.
There's some 35-year-old, 40-year-old stripping.
That's horrible.
I'm saying though.
That's horrible.
Do you want to regret choosing stripping over a man who wants to make you his wife? This is the question that I would ask her. Is stripping more important than the fact that you found the love of your life? And there's going to be other things that you can do. If you've made a lot of money, she said, I make a lot of money. There's other businesses that you can, and I'm not telling you to stop stripping. If that's your love, sometimes, like you said, people crave attention. They found something that gets them that high. If this is what you love doing and this man doesn't want a wife who strips, then you have a really hard decision to make. But what's more important to you, your man or your money?
Well, I mean, what kind of money are we talking about? I mean, she ain't making $20,000 a week or nothing like that. I mean,
She said she strips at private clubs.
That's even worse. See, that does not sound like a wife. And he's been dealing with it for a year already. Run, dude. Run.
Well, he's not going to have to run because she's not going to stop stripping.
And I mean, stalemate.
I would say to her, sit down, weigh the pros and the cons. At the end of the day, are you going to regret the fact that you let a good man go? And I don't know how old you are. So if, say you're 29, 30, right? Your career, not that I'm saying it's over at 30, but it's not, like Lamar said, it's really not going to last forever. So do you want to risk never finding a person that is your person to continue stripping? And if yes is your answer, then go with it. But I would not, I'm not even talking about just stripping. If I found a man that wanted to marry me and there was some compromise involved and it was something that I could let go of, I would be willing to let go of it if it wasn't, I don't think he's trying to control her. I just think that a man doesn't want his wife stripping.
Oh, he's great. He's trying to save her. I mean, and some guys are saving, they Captain Saver, so it's just, I mean, he's been dealing with it a year. So it's kind of like at this point of the game, she's done in 5, let's say she's 30. In 5 years, she's done. Now she's 25. You should abandon ship because that is not.
This is my point too. This is my concern. When you saw her in the event, after y'all talked at the bar, you didn't know she was a stripper. When y'all went into the event and you saw that she was the entertainment, you should have tore her number up that day. If you knew as you were going along dating, you should have tore her number up. If you was looking for a wife, and you should have just tore her number up, unless you was just look. And I'm not saying strippers are good times because I don't want anybody coming for me. But if you were looking for something substantial, you met a person, and you have to accept them for who they were when you met them, and you had to understand that things like selling narcotics, stripping, that fast money, that's an addiction. It's hard to let that money go. You making good money at private events, and we don't know if she giving happy endings, but anywho.
Listen, my brother always said, you gotta think of the worst. And if you can deal with the worst, then so be it. So you might as well go into it thinking there's a certain amount of money that's going to make her do some questionable things. Ooh. So that's just, I don't know. You're just going down. And again, I know the allure because they are fun, but they're not wives. I'm just telling you, it gets old after a while, man, because those type of women crave attention and they don't care.
You knew she was a stripper from day one, and you set yourself up to fall in love with somebody who has a profession that you know you did not approve of. But like Lamar always said, you let your eyes convince you that you could change this person like so many women do. So many women think, oh, he say he don't want no kids. He just saying that. Look at me. I'm the one. I'm going to change his mind. He said he don't want to get married. Yes, he does. He just don't know. When people show you who they are and tell you who they are, you got to believe them. So you saw this woman. She was stripping the day that you met her. And now you're trying to tell her there's something wrong with her. And she's considering this her business. Like, she's like, you're trying to make me leave my business, and she's comparing it to your construction business. Bro, sis, listen, if you want to strip, this man doesn't want his wife to strip. So
who sent in the question? She did?
Yes.
Okay.
She sent in the question and said,
yeah, I mean, just keep, man,
he wants her to strip, he wants her to stop stripping. And she said to him, how would you feel if I asked you to quit your construction business? And she's saying, is there a comparison there? Is that the same as him telling her to strip her stripping business?
I mean, he's fallen in love with her clearly, and she is at a crossroad of her life. So like you said to her, would be, how long are you going to do this? And are you willing to sacrifice a husband and a life, for that?
Yes, and some babies. And if you strip at high end and he was at a high end event, I'm sure and you stayed with him this long, I'm sure he got money if you stayed with him this long. Because strippers ain't staying with no brokies.
Yeah, no.
I just got to say that. They're not, because their lifestyle requires high end.
They're attracted to money. And he's been dealing with it for a year. So he's already dealt with some questionable things. He's already dealt with some things that he probably never thought he was going to deal with. But he's still there, so he must care. So this is on her to decide, how long do you want to do this, and is it worth
losing your man
over? That's her decision to make.
And did you, when he met, this is my question. This was a high-end event. We all know the jokes about happy endings. Did y'all leave together that night? Because if you did, that was a happy ending. And he went with you. You know what I'm saying? She was a stripper at an event. If they left together that night and they got busy, I would like to know that. If y'all left that night together.
What kind of events they going to where they stripping like this? Man, I haven't done that since college. I ain't seen that.
Well, you live a different lifestyle. It depends on, too, where they're from. Stripping is popular in a lot of different places. Not that I know of in New Jersey, New York. I don't think stripping is really popular like it used to be. But in places like Atlanta and all of that, like stripping is a thing.
Okay, if she lives in Atlanta, he need to leave her alone. He's stripping. I mean, that would be the next.
Well, she didn't say she live in Atlanta, but
I'm just saying
that in some places, stripping is a thing. Like it's the culture.
Yeah. So I mean, I used to go to Atlanta all the time. That's all we did, went to strip clubs. So.
Oh no! So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Please subscribe and share. If you are enjoying the program live right now, there is a button underneath the screen that says thank you. Click on that button. You can donate. You can give us a super, and we would really appreciate it. And if you have a question and you're watching us live, put your question in the chat, and we'll answer it right now. We'll bump you to the top because you're live with us. So we're going to get to our next question. Sis, if you want to strip until you don't want to strip no more, let that man go so one of us can have him. That's all I'm saying. He's a good man. He want to get married. Savannah, listen, we over here, we ain't stripping. We looking for marriage. So I've been in a lifeless, loveless, sexless marriage. My husband totally checked out about 5 years ago. He's had some health issues, and I've been very understanding. I'm so exhausted from being unhappy. I met someone 2 years ago at the park where I walk daily. We haven't been physical at all. We just become really good friends. I do not want to cheat on my husband. I've decided to get a divorce. I just don't have the guts to tell my husband. Every time I'm ready to bring it up, there's another crisis with his health due to his self-negligence. He eats whatever, drinking excessively, won't even walk with me. The doctors have warned him about this lifestyle, but he doesn't listen. I don't want to watch him kill himself. I'm not asking, should I get a divorce? I'm asking, when is the right time and what do I say? By the way, I would still want to leave even if I never met my friend.
Damn.
There is no right time.
There's
never going to be a right time. There's just, I've been in situations, and I'm sure most of us have been in situations where we wanted to tell somebody, I don't want to do this anymore. But it's always when you're about to talk to that person, they start talking about something else, and something else is going on. And then their mother passed, and then they lost their job. And you're like, oh my goodness, there's never going to be a right time to drop the bomb and have this bad news to give to your husband. And I just feel bad because he's not willing to do what it takes to keep her. Like, you eating whatever, drinking, like, and this is what comes along with marriage. And we talked about this with younger girls, with older men. What comes along with marriage is things like this, where you're watching your person eat themselves to death or smoke or drink, and there's nothing you can do. But not that I'm condoning divorce or anything, but you have every right to walk away if somebody is not doing what the doctor is telling them. I don't want to, like, say, for instance, somebody who has diabetes and the doctor is saying, if you keep smoking, we're going to have to take your fingers. Keep smoking, you have to take your leg. And then you keep smoking and I'm supposed to take care of you when they take your leg?
Right.
When you were warm, I'm telling you, I don't want to take care of nobody when they take your leg, because you have the choice to keep your leg. So now you're going to eat the chocolate cake and you're not going to listen. They're going to take your leg and I'm supposed to be the one, and I don't have no say so in what you do. So I just think you should really sit down and.
I mean, I give kudos to her because she has every right to cheat, and she has not cheated. So that will not
Well,
be.
she really is having an emotional affair.
She is. But to men, we can get over the emotional piece of it. The other thing. So she hasn't stepped over to the next realm, which will help her in the long run. So if you are going to walk away, but do not. Work on yourself. Give yourself some breathing room. You've been married for a while, breathing room. You know, if you want to have some fun, go have fun. But she's already checked out. She's been checked out. Like I said, she's waiting for the right time. There is no right time. You got to do it when you got to do it, because that person is slowly killing themselves and you have to watch it. And that's not fun. So
it's not fair.
No.
But I am going to say, she's saying she don't want to cheat. And I have to say this. You're already cheating. Just because you haven't physically cheated because you don't want to feel guilty or you don't want to feel like the bad guy, but you're already cheating on your husband because you're spending time with somebody else. You're sharing intimate secrets. You're talking about what's going on in your life. You're really in a relationship with this person. You're in an emotional affair with somebody. So the fair thing to do is to let him go. And if you're going to have regrets, if something happens to him, you have to prepare yourself for these things. So I would suggest that you go to therapy, because if you tell him I'm leaving and 3 months, 6 months, or whenever something happens to him and you're not there, if you're not prepared for the decision that you're making, you're going to have regrets to say, oh my God, if I would have stayed, oh my God, I abandoned him. So there's a conversation that really needs to be had. And you already said you made your decision, so we're not trying to change your mind. You said, I'm not asking, should I get a divorce? I've already made my decision. But there's a real conversation that needs to be had so that you guys can part ways in a positive way, even though there's no positive way, but in a positive way that he doesn't hate you and you won't hate yourself if something happens to him.
And to be able to sit down, I don't know if they have children and stuff like that. So they need to really be adult about the situation and kind of let everybody know that, hey, I can't do this. I'm watching you kill yourself. You slowly, and there's nothing in it for me to stay. This is all draining. It's all taking out from me. And that's one thing is we have to identify as who's pouring into you and who's draining you. So as if you're constantly draining, you're never going to be complete as a person. You're never going to be happy. So it's unfortunate, but I mean, she's already made her decision. So she just got to follow through now.
Yes, and you're not willing to change when we know what's happening right before our eyes, whether it's 2 years from now, 3 years, 10 years down the line. We already know that you're doing things to your body that's harming your body, and I don't want to watch the slow crawl of you not being able to take care of yourself and me taking on that burden. So I would rather leave while you can take care of yourself and you can you can make the decision to do better because I'm not there. Because maybe she's a crutch. I'm not sure, because she's taking care of him and all of that. But again, her question was, what is the right time and what should I say? There's not a right time. There's never going to be a right time. And the only thing you could do is tell the truth. And that is, there's no way to say it other than I can't do this anymore. And if you have a support system like some children, like Lamar said, then maybe have them there for emotional support for both of you. So,
boy, I wonder if that's my stepmom. It sounds like my stepdad, and sound like my dad and my stepmom.
Oh no! Oh shoot! Oh no! I hope not.
I hope not either. I'll find out shortly if he needs to move in with me.
Does she watch the show?
I don't know. Oh. But I mean, a lot of people watch the show. I have no idea that when I go to work up in Boston, I have all these people like, I watch the show. I'm like, whoa.
But you know what, Lamar? There's a lot of older people that are going through this because we want to eat what we want to eat. We want to drink what we want to drink. And when doctors tell us that your body can't handle this anymore, we don't believe it until it's too late and somebody's amputating something or somebody has an aneurysm or a heart attack or something. Then we're like, oh my goodness. And the person does have to take care of you. So we need to be together, working out together. And if something happens and you're taking care of yourself, I'm good. I'll take care of you. But if you're doing these things and you're making a conscious decision for me to take care of you, oh, we got a problem. And I ain't, So we wish you the best. And one thing, again, I want to say to her, just get therapy. And if you have children or family members who are close to you, just get the support that you need. And the other relationship that you're in already as friends, take it slow with that until you heal, until you are completely emotionally detached from your now husband. That's going to take some time. So don't just jump into a relationship with this person. But we already know you are. But
easier said than done.
That ain't none of our business, right?
She ain't been having sex, so she needs once that tape gets cut, she's out.
Yes. So again, if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. I'm your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
We would love for you to send your questions in so we can answer your questions, or tell your family and friends or something that's going on and you want to know to help them. Send it in and we'll read it. You can send your questions to info@newunationnetwork.com, info@newunationnetwork.com. And again, if you're enjoying, you can hit the button below the screen. It says thank you. Click the thank you button and bless us. And we would appreciate it. So we're going to get to our next what would you do question. My husband and I have been married for 21 years. We've been swingers for many years now. During this last year, we've invited a third party into our bedroom. We've always been open with each other from day one with no restrictions. The problem is I've fallen in love with the woman we've been having threesomes with. She is no longer interested in including him in our sexapades and only wants me. I don't want to lose her. I really enjoy our connection. I have not mentioned this to my husband, but he knows something is up. What do I do?
Wow.
Get rid of her.
Wow. No, she ain't getting rid of her. She's already in love with her.
You ain't in love. She in lust. It started from lust.
Well,
it's lust.
It's true. That is true. But if they've been married for 21 years, so this is not an uncommon thing. If people it is a growing community. And I know a little something about it, and have been present. So it is different levels to it. So it is, when you've been married 20 plus years, people are looking for the next excitement. Some people swing, some people don't swing. Some people like voyeurs, some people like to watch. It's like live porn. So it's a very free environment. I've been multiple times. It's actually really, really, really cool. I mean, so from a man's standpoint, when you go out with your woman, you're on guard. You have to make sure when you go to the bathroom, you know a guy's going to come. In that environment, men don't talk to women. The wives talk. The wives talk to you. The wives initiate conversations. Hello, how are you guys doing? And they'll introduce themselves. And then you introduce yourselves. And then they go, oh, this is my partner. This is my husband. And that's how you start talking. No man talks to any woman in that environment by themselves. So for me, when I go in that environment, I can dance. I can laugh. I can have fun. I can be silly. Now, if you choose to want to go into the private areas and stuff like that and be seen or whatever you want to do, that's on you. Some people never do that. Some people are just there to watch the excitement because it is a sexually charged environment. And if you and I have been doing doggy style missionary for 20 years, you wanted something different. So it is an enhancer. And there is this growing community. It really is growing and it's all walks of life of people. And it's really cool. I mean, I've had, a couple of partners of mine, and we've gone, and it's actually really cool. I don't swing. That's one of the things. I don't swing, but I like to watch. So, whatever works for you. But her falling in love with the third party, is wrong on her part, because that is a total violation of the rules. You are not supposed to do that.
There's rules.
Yeah, there's unspoken rules. There's unspoken rules, and she knows that she was never supposed to fall in love with the third person.
First
Now,
of all, you are in lust with this person. You have 21 years with your husband, and first of all, for me, it's a bad decision to bring someone else in your bedroom, because chances are that somebody can be better at something, and this is a woman, so I guess she's better at oral sex.
well,
So you're just
okay. So when you introduce somebody into your bedroom, you have to first foremost, you and your partner have to have the level of conversation that you guys, jealousy does not exist. You cannot participate in this lifestyle and have any ounce of jealousy.
well, I'm definitely not meant for this.
So
You ain't
yeah,
touching my man.
So and no, everything is asked. So there is no,
I don't care if you ask. I'm not offering. You're not. No. Ask me, can you touch my man? And we're gonna have a physical altercation, and it ain't gonna be the one that you want.
I mean, like I said, it's an excitement piece of it, because, like I said, I don't look at porn. I don't masturbate. I don't do any of that. So I'm very visual on the things that I see. So in that environment, it is very arousing. I go home, be with my lady, and we're good. So
I ain't never been that grown. I don't think I'm ever gonna be that grown. I'm not. I mean, I'm never gonna be that. I don't even believe in none of that. Like, it's me and my man. We ain't gonna watch nobody. I don't want to watch no porn either. We can make our own.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. So you got to figure out, you got to have the similar interests. So if he watches porn and you don't, that's a conflict. But
that's the conversations that we talk about having.
You have to have these conversations. So in my situation, like when I date, and stuff like that, I have a 48 to 72 hour rule that I do talk about my interests, and my interests are the lifestyle. I go to the gym, I take care of my body. If we go and we feel a little frisky, hey, anything's possible. It's just like, it's like, we may have fun, and it's just us, but it's not, it's not a thing where I'm looking for somebody to join us. It's just, it's exciting. So, I mean, I'm almost 53. I'm not ready to conform. I lived a life of 25 years, white, house, dog, picket fence. I did all of that. I'm not going to live the next 25 years like that. I'm going to have fun. It's like I'm going to be able to.
The house and the dog and the picket fence fun?
No, it is fun. I've done it already.
Person.
I've already done it already. I don't want to do it again.
You a wild boy.
But I'm saying, so the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, thinking you're going to get a different result. I have had some of the most transparent relationships being in a lifestyle with my partners. None of these are my wives. We've dated 2 years, 3 years, so on. And I've had great transparent relationships, and they were better than what my marriage was. Just because we were friends, we could talk about anything. To be able to sit down at dinner, and whether something happens or not, and you're with the woman and she looks and go, "Ooh, that woman is fine." Like, hey, now you don't have to sneak and do anything. You can look, and y'all can both laugh about stuff. It's just a better relationship. I mean, it doesn't work for everybody. Like I said, if you're jealous, because communication has to happen. You got to be able to talk.
Oh, well, I'm going to tell you in a minute. This is what the rules of engagement are this. Now, I'm not saying that my man can't ever look at another woman. I'm not crazy. I see some women that walk by and I'll be like, I can't help but look at her booty. She got a big old booty. I might not say it out loud, but of course we got eyes. But I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that inviting people in the bedroom and her falling in love with somebody
her falling
else.
In love is wrong. I mean, the falling in love piece of it is wrong. So,
but you invited this person, you invited this chance into your life. Like, you don't know what energy is real. Like, in chemistry,
it is.
This is why you have to be careful when you invite other people into your relationship, because chemistry is a mother. It'll have you doing some things if you got the right chemistry with somebody. If somebody touch you in an electrifying way, you can't even. It's almost like an addiction. So if this woman did something to her, whether I'm assuming the most it could be is oral sex, and your husband is not doing it like that, and you get that climax, you can't forget that. Like, you really can't. This is why you don't invite the devil into your bedroom, because you just never know how good he gonna be, or she.
So in a situation is that what like I tell people is that human beings are the only monogamous mammals.
Whatever.
I'm just saying. So
Yeah.
back in the day, the kings, the high people like that, they always had a wife and they had other women.
They had
So
concubines, yeah.
correct. So in a situation like this, is like I actually, the women that I had this lifestyle with, I actually respected them and liked and loved them more because that's a physical act. That has nothing to do about how you love me, how you take care of me, how we bond. It's just it's just sex. We put a lot of Western society has told us that sex is bad. You can't do this.
No, it's not bad. Sex is good.
No. But I'm just saying from
from
a society standpoint. I was in Paris. And I was sitting next to a couple, and they were from Dallas, and the husband looks at me, and he was just like, yeah, we went to the French Riviera, and I forgot that everything was topless. So my 7-year-old and my 9-year-old got a full-fledged show because over in Europe, they don't think of nudity the way the United States thinks of nudity. I've been to China. When you go to China, sex is a business. They do not look at it like that. You go, if you know people that are traveling, they go to China, this and that, listen, it is very well taken care of over there. And I worked for a company and we went to China and it was just like, this is what you do. And I was just like, oh, snap. Like, this is crazy. I understand why y'all over here every 3 months now.
Oh, well, let me just say this to her. I just don't want you to lose your marriage over lust. Because if you leave your husband and it is a lustful situation, and one, nowhere in here did you say you was a lesbian. So you're going to get into a relationship with a woman. And this is one thing that I've learned about women from my young cousins and them flip-flopping back and forth. When they have had trauma with a man, they've gone and went with a woman and then found out that the woman that they're with is a human. And now you arguing with her because you still brought you to the relationship. So now you arguing with your girlfriend when you thought it was the dude. You understand what I'm saying? So the chance that you're taking to leave your husband for this woman and to find out when y'all are together by yourselves that it was only lust, and to find out I left my husband for you and now you arguing with this woman and it's not what you thought it was, sis. Get your whole entire life together and get your mind right. You do need to have a conversation with your husband. Yeah, because y'all are in trouble. The marriage is on fire.
Do you know that 72% of female and female relationships end in divorce? It's a high rate because
female to
female relationships 72% divorce rate because somebody's got to be the man and somebody's got to be the woman. It doesn't matter. And then that woman starts to look at the other woman like, hold on, you talking to me like that? I'm still a woman. Like, no, you have fulfilled the man role in this relationship and you get treated as such. And that's why women don't understand how men take in things, because we go without. And then when you got a female who's not used to going without, and now you're in a female-female relationship, and now you have to go without, that's why they get divorced.
And I just think that people have to understand that you're interacting with another human that's going to have disagreements with you. Just because you go to another woman doesn't mean it's going to be roses and petals and it's going to be good. If you are a person who has not done work on yourself, you're always taking you with you. And the people on your job, you're going to argue with them. Your ex-husband, you're going to argue with him. Your new girlfriend, you're going to argue with her because you have issues. So no matter where you go, you're going to take you with you and you're going to be the problem. And then you're going to bounce back to men. And then you're going to say, I can't stand men. And you're going to bounce back to women because there's some work that you need to do on you. So humans are humans. And remember this, for each and every one of us, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So sometimes, no matter who your partner is, like bouncing from, even if it's me going from man to man, and I can't sustain a relationship with a man, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
So again, ma'am, if you leave your husband for this woman and the lust fizzles out,
It will.
that's my point. And you're going to give up a 21-year marriage because this woman had tickled your fancy that shouldn't have even been in your bedroom in the first place. But that ain't none of my business.
I tell them this is that, listen, if you cannot have consistency with somebody in your bedroom. So that's the whole thing, is that you need to rotate those people out every three to 6 months, because it's the natural thing is feelings will arouse. You will get comfortable.
To rotate.
I did not know we was going to go here, but I understand it. I mean, I don't run from it. I tell people there's different.
Bring them in, but rotate them out.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't keep one too long.
and truth be told, I mean, that is what I enjoy about it, is just the interaction with the people. It doesn't necessarily have to turn into a threesome like that. It's not about that. It's just about the freedom to go and have fun and express yourself however you want to. You see some crazy stuff, and it's just great conversations on the way home. You're like, did you see that woman over in the corner? Like, I mean, I like the people watch. So that's what's intriguing about it to me, is that, man, I've seen some stuff, and it's just, I mean, at this phase of life, I'm like, man, I've done the good husband, the good dad thing. And I'm
looking for the good husband thing, and a white picket fence and a couch to lay on and put my feet on your lap.
I've done that. I've had all of that. I've had that.
And we could watch Wheel of Fortune and
Joker's
Jeopardy.
Wild.
Jeopardy. We could watch Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, and we could wild out in the bedroom. I promise you. But we don't need all that other extra stuff. I did some things in my lifetime. I'm not
but he wants to do it with you. So it's like, that's what I'm saying, is that you have to find this happy median of what you guys are willing to do to one another. That is extreme.
I ain't swinging with you, boo.
That's extreme. I mean, that's extreme, but porn and exciting places and things like that. But if we're just doing missionary all the time, I mean, that's going to run its course.
No, I'm not interested in doing missionary all the time either. But I'm not interested to go on the dark side either. Like, I'm gonna stay over here. I'm gonna stay in the light. I'm not going on the dark side with no. But
hey, listen, I have converted many a female, because they, in their mind, they think it's one thing, and they kind of go, it's not that, and it's actually empowering, and it's actually a cool process to watch somebody be in a friendship or relationship with somebody that doesn't have any judgment, and you can't.
I ain't judging nobody. Y'all do you.
No, I'm just saying. It's like
I'm just not going with you.
No, I mean, like saying, when Kim and I were together, it was a relationship, no judgment, and she pushed the boundaries of it, and I respected her for it. I mean, and we did some wild stuff together, and it was cool, but it was. I learned a lot, and that's what I want at this stage of my life. But again, I'm about to be 53 in 4 months. It's like, man, I'm not looking for this happy, fluffy, white clouds and rainbows and unicorns.
Well, that's what we always teach here. That's what we always say. You got to know what you want, right? So if me and you met, and we started having conversations, we would know that this.
Yeah, you would know after 2 days talking to me, you'd be like, that dude's a freak. I'm not talking to him.
Yeah, we would know that this is not going to work for us, because I'm a freak to a certain extent.
You're in the closet. You're in the closet. You just
no, I'm not in the closet.
You're in the closet, and it's.
But I'm not in the closet.
You are. You're in a certain parameter, which is going to keep you. You need to meet someone that, once you get an unconditional love with somebody, and you know that this person ain't going nowhere, because these people that I meet in the lifestyle, they've been married 20, 30 years.
Listen, hold up. I've had unconditional love, and I've done things with that person. Anybody come along talking about swinging and threesomes, I don't even love you that much. Even if I have unconditional, that's just something that I'm not interested in. And I've heard things, and I've been invited to some things along this journey. That's just not my bag. And like we always talk about, make sure you have these conversations with people before you be all shocked and appalled, where you can just simply talk about, listen, I don't swing. And if that person say, well, I'm a swinger, then you know it's not gonna work for us. So it was nice to know you, and let's not waste each other's time.
I never use the word swinging. It's always a lifestyle. So
Well, lifestyle.
it's a lifestyle, and if they go,
Right.
I said, do you know what the lifestyle is? And they go, oh, now, but like when I see people on dating apps, I don't talk to the women that are uptight. I talk to the women who are liberal.
Gotta be uptight.
I talk to the women that are liberal. I talk to the women that are spiritual, that are, they're more willing to let it go in, swirl around, and then they go, okay, I don't know much about it, but okay, you can. Let's see.
I gotta be uptight? I'm not uptight.
You got parameters.
I'm very loose.
You can't get through this. I want to be like this. I want to be like that. So, you bang your head against the wall. You're like,
my head ain't banging. I'm in a very big room, and I got space. I got space for me and mine, because I don't want to fight nobody over my man. Like this chick that fell in love. No, this chick that fell in love with somebody else. I can see me now.
She's wrong, though. That's what I'm saying. She's wrong.
She's
wrong. That should never have happened, and that should be a rule. But he's probably given her way too much rope, and this is what's happened: is that the man has to have a plan in this situation. If your wife or your female is leading you in the lifestyle, you, sir, are in trouble. It's like, and in any situation, my cousin used to always tell me. He said, and it sounds bad. He said, if you are with the woman, he said, a woman with no instruction is headed for self-destruction. So when you are with the man, he should have a plan for y'all. He should have a routine and an idea of how the house is going to run. Who's going to get delegated what? Whose responsibility is what? How we're going to do this, how we're going to financially, how we're going to be spiritually. That should be his plan. If it's not, and it's all her plan, you're in trouble, buddy.
Yeah, look at Eve with the apple. No, I'm just saying. I need a man with a plan. I'm not even. Yeah, I'm not even debating that.
And it's not in an egotistical way. It's just that, hey, baby, this is how the house is going to run. I got this. You're here to smile, have a good time, and the shared responsibilities and this and that. I'm a man. I'm gonna take most of the burden on my shoulders. So I was like, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's what a man should have a plan. That's why men don't need to get married to their in their late 30s, early 40s, because now you have enough experience. You've done some things. You've dealt with certain types of women, and then you get with a good woman and you learn to appreciate her.
Wow. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We don't know why that conversation went all different ways, but it's okay. Tuned in, you're Looking for Love. I'm your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. We want you to tune in. If you have a question, please put it in the chat and we will answer it for you right now. And if you are enjoying yourself, hit the little thank you button on the bottom of below the screen and bless us with a little something, and we'll pop you up on the screen. So we're going to get to our next segment because that took us down the rabbit hole. And our next segment is Let's Sip on That. Now, let's discuss this really, really quickly. Now, Halle Berry, right? She's in a relationship with Van, the guy Van. They've been in a relationship for a long time. He's a musician. I forgot his last name. I just had it, but anyway. And this is her at the Oscars.
Brody's red carpet interview with Access Hollywood planting a kiss on him. And if you don't understand this reference, one of the most famous moments in Oscar history was more than 20 years ago. Right there, we see it. When Adrien Brody won his first Best Actor Oscar, he gave Halle Berry a surprise kiss. She was shocked. It didn't go over well, but now we're seeing her have some fun with it. So everything comes full circle.
Let's talk about that. Now, she's in a full-fledged relationship with someone.
I told y'all a long time ago, actors and actresses are not real people, man. They are weird. So I'm telling you, you have to understand these people have control of their emotions at a level that most of us cannot understand. And they can characterize and do. Man, listen, they are weird people. So
and his wife was there, or his woman was there. She said, "Excuse me, but I gotta do this." I would have been like, if you don't get your hands.
But they're actors, so they're in movies. They're having sexual scenes. They're kissing each other. They're doing. Listen, that happens in that world, and they don't. I had to deal with it because my ex-wife was an actress. She was the last person that was picked for what was the movie with Jada Pinkett? They filmed it here in Houston. I just had it, but she got the last call, and then they picked Jada Pinkett.
Oh. And
the sex scenes in that movie, I was just like, I'm 21. I'm 21.
Was it Jason's lyric?
Jason's lyric. So she was.
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
She was the last call for Jason's lyric, and they was like, sorry, you didn't get it. We went with Jada Pinkett.
Wow.
That's how good an actress she was. So the way that they deal with their emotions.
I'm sorry. There's a level of respect that I just feel like no matter what profession you're in, when you have a relationship with somebody, there's a level of respect that you should have for your spouse, for your significant other. And I just thought that was so tasteless, because it was tasteless when he did it though. And she was unhappy with it when he did it, and they had to just keep it moving. But it was tasteless then, and it's tasteless now, no matter if it's full circle or whatever.
Well, 20
if I was
years
man, I would be like, yo.
20 years ago, he was looking at her as very desirable. That's why he did it, because he probably wasn't in a movie with her or anything like that. And they're presenting, and he does that. Okay, he wasn't married probably at the time. She was. Now she is not married,
but she's in a relationship.
But that doesn't matter. She's in control of that relationship. They're not married. She's not going to she's on her third or fourth marriage. Now the tides have turned, and she can make him as uncomfortable as he did to her 20 years ago. And that's kind of why she did it. And that's why she had fun with it, because he had to feel what he had to do, because now he got to go home and maybe answer some questions. Why she do that? Why you do that? Same thing that she had to deal with 20 years ago. So that's kind of why she did it. But his wife is not going to have a problem with it, because that is his job. Back to scripting. He has movies. He plays multiple people. Sometimes it's sex scenes and kissing and love and stuff like that.
That wasn't in the script. That's all I'm saying. I don't have a problem with that.
But if she can deal with it on screen, she can deal with it in person, knowing that they are actors.
Well, let me just say this to Haley. Haley. I think that's how you pronounce it. I always say her name. Haley. Holly. Is it Holly?
Holly.
Or Haley? Holly Berry. And Haley is the little girl. Right. It's two of them.
Oh, yeah. Haley Bailey. Yeah.
Yes. And okay. Whatever. We know who we talking about. We talking about
the
Storm. We talking about Storm.
Talking about the old one.
We talking about Storm from X-Men. But anyway, I'm just saying this. If that would have been my man, we would have had some problems right there. It would have been a whole different. They would have been really reporting something totally. They'd have been like, Trey just knocked out, and it would have been a problem, because I would have been like, that's real disrespectful, unless they planned it.
You jealous?
Unless they planned it. Yeah, don't be overstepping boundaries.
Jealousy is an emotion you have to learn to control.
Don't be overstepping boundaries. Now, if they had a conversation about this, no, Lamar, if they had a conversation, say, hey, we're going to do this. That's different. It's like the Will Smith smack.
True.
Which, if they had a conversation and it was acted, we all would be like, hee, but you smack somebody. You going to come over here and kiss my husband and think I'm going to stand there and think that that's funny? No, I don't think you're funny or cute. And now meet me outside. And that's that.
His wife ain't going nowhere. He's more famous than her. He has way more money, so the rules are different. So,
well, I don't care how much money you got. You're gonna deal with the reckoning. What do they call it? The cracking.
You make him sleep on the couch.
No, we're gonna have a real conversation and we're gonna straighten some stuff out. But again, like with me and you, like we always say, my man would have known to give her the stiff arm, because he'd have been like,
Yeah, some men know. Some men know. I mean, they don't play that, you know. But again, I always go back to it. Actors are not real people, guys. You know,
But like
so like,
Morris Chestnut wife said, Morris Chestnut wife was in an interview with Essence with him. Was it Essence or was it Sherry Shepherd? One of them. And who's the one that said she don't mind her husband being everybody's man?
fantasy. Yeah.
It was somebody that said, I don't mind, I share him. Oh, Idris Elba's wife said, I don't mind, I share him. He's all of our man. Well, Morris Chestnut wife said, I don't share. Let's just get that straight. He ain't everybody's husband. He my husband, and I really appreciate all of the fans, and I love all of them. And I love the love that y'all give my man. But please don't try it. And she was real correct. I said, oh.
You gotta know who you with. So
Yes.
I mean, if I'm with a really jealous woman, which I wouldn't be, but if you are, I know that what's going to get me in trouble. And the last thing I'm going to do is get in trouble over
my woman,
some stuff that I didn't do or I didn't have any say so in. It's like, I'm not going to take the fall for none of that type of stuff. So it's like, you try to put me in a situation, you try to hug on me or something. Like, no. We're not.
Yeah, my husband would have stiff armed her. He'd have gave her the straight stiff arm. He'd have gave her the elbow, like, no, we're not doing that. But anyway, I think that was disrespectful. And I just think that sometimes you got to think before you do things, because I'm secondhand embarrassed for Van. No matter what, I'm secondhand embarrassed for him. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. We're doing our segment right now. Let's sip on it. That is our celebrity relationship news. And we are going to move on now to our Beauty and the Beast segment, where we give you a health tip to take with you for the week. What is your health tip for the week, Lamar?
So I've mentioned this previous. There is on Disney Plus. It's called Limitless. I challenge each one of you, or invite each one of you to go look at that, because it is it's some great nuggets in there. So one of those nuggets is the sauna. You know, the sauna, the benefits of the sauna, they're showing that if you go to the sauna 57 minutes a week, any ailment is cut by 40%.
What? I'm going to the sauna.
If you sit in the sauna 7-8 minutes, at a day, you go, 4 or 5 times a week. It is the benefits of the sauna are amazing. So, and on Limitless, Chris Hemsworth, both his parents have dementia. So he has been diagnosed with dementia. So he's trying to do some things. And one of the things was the sauna, and it shows you. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. It is the sauna, the ice plunges, things of that nature. There's so many holistic things, and our society has already trained us to take a pill, and I saw that they're trying to you remember we were kids, you didn't see all these pharmaceutical commercials.
Nope.
So now it's like, why is this happening? So people have to really look at it. And then, like, every once in a while on Instagram, you see these old videos. I saw one from the 60s, and it not one fat person was there. They said 52% of society is overweight. 57% of Black women are overweight. This is getting out of control. They said by 2050, having a fit body will be as rare as seeing a Lamborghini.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna be part of the Lamborghini team, because
2050, I'll be out of here. I'm done. So
Lord.
I'm headed to the next level. So
you going to the upper room?
I'm going to the next level. So
he gonna be in the upper room by then. But
2050? Oh yeah, I'm definitely out of here.
Well, for the time that we're here, we're going to be in the lower percentile of taking care of ourselves. And that's why we do this health and wellness tip every week. And my health and wellness tip is turn off the news. Right now, there is a lot going on. I had to tell myself this. This is why I'm telling y'all this. Stop scrolling and turn off the news, especially at night before you go into bed. Just give yourself a break. If you are overwhelmed from everything that's going on, give yourself a 24-hour fast from social media, from the news. Tell your friends and family. Don't tell me nothing about what's going on. We have to be aware. We need to know what's going on in our country. But if you are overwhelmed and you are feeling anxious, it'll start to lead to depression. It'll start to lead to all different kind of body ailments. Just take some time to do a little detox and say, let me take one day for myself where I'm not looking at no news and I'm just enjoying myself. Like Lamar said, go to the sauna, go walk in some grass, go sit outside, or protect your mind from everything that's going on right now. Because most of the stuff that we're seeing is not true. So we have to really give our minds a break. And that is my tip to take with you for the week. So once a week, if you can, just take time to disconnect from everything and everybody that has to do with politics and what's going on in this world, because it'll drive you crazy. Because I was having some moments because I was like, oh my God, China, oh my God,
Yeah.
Canada is taking off the Jack Daniels. I was like, listen, I had to tell myself, okay, you're doing too much. Give yourself a break. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. If this is your first time here, we thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you next week. We're going to give our final thoughts, and then we're going to get out of here. What is your final thought, Lamar?
Final thoughts is, as Generation X,
Free your mind, and the rest will follow.
if you are over the age of 50 and you have not sat by yourself and truly looked at this timeline of life and really understand how precious and how much time you have behind you and how much time you have left ahead of you, stop waiting. Stop putting off things, because just like we saw with Angie Stone, man, it ain't promised. And let's just say you're 50 years old, you're 60% through your life already. And I don't know very many people that really sit down and understand. And I told somebody, a good friend of mine, this, I told her last week, I said, you are 53 years old. You got 25 years left on life. Hopefully the next 15, you can still maintain and move around how you are today for 15 of those years. Why would you worry about anything? Why would you be stressing over things? Why would you be lying? Why would you not be working on yourself to be a better version? Because the end is coming. I'm telling you. And I've sat by myself. I've spent a lot of time by myself. And I really look at it, and I have to go look in the mirror sometimes and go, I'm really about to be 53.
I'm 55.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it and you go like, I'm not going to be unhappy. I'm not going to let nobody make me feel no type of way. Listen, I don't care anymore. It's like, listen, it's about me. And I'm not wasting my time with nobody, because again, I got 25 years. 25 years. If that would go by so fast. Why would I be worried about what you think or what you do or how you feel? If I don't feel good after talking to you, there's a good chance that we probably won't be talking very much. So that's my thing. I challenge each one of y'all, man. Listen, if you get over the age of 50, stop playing with your life. Stop playing with your life, because it ain't promised tomorrow.
My final thought is, love on the people now, because again, this whole Angie Stone thing really took me for a loop, because her family and friends did not expect that phone call. And enjoying life, accepting the things that you can't change and changing the things that you can, and putting that mask on you first and taking care of you is very, very important, because we don't know what Angie Stone's last thought was or what she had planned for tomorrow. I'm sure she has so many plans. So let's do all the things today. You can do anything that you put your mind to. Don't put it off till tomorrow. And I'm not saying run out here, you got to do this. Just the important things, the people that you need to say, I love you to, tell them now, because you just don't know when you're not going to have the opportunity anymore. So again, love on the people who are in your life right now. Tell people how you feel right now, because you just don't know if you'll ever have the opportunity again. So you just tuned in. Go ahead, Lamar. He's going to say something.
I was just saying, life is precious, man. I saw someone on Instagram.
And it's short.
And the guy said, if I was going to give you $1 million, how would you feel? And the guy was like, man, I'd be really appreciative. Okay. He said, what if I gave you $10 million? But I told you, you wouldn't wake up tomorrow. You wouldn't take it. So now you've just said your life, there's no value on your life. You can't give me an amount of money. So when you wake up every morning, do you appreciate that?
Listen, appreciate the breath that's in your body right now, because again, this could be the last breath. Just know that I'm in my last breath. I just want to know that, like, if this is my last breath, I was enjoying myself.
Yep.
I was doing what I love. I was around the person that brings me joy. So we want y'all to do the same thing. So again, this is Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. I'm your host, Trey Kearney. You can find me on Instagram at Trey Kearney. And this is my co-host,
Lamar Hall. And I'm at MAR_T_HALL13.
So we will see you guys next week. Same time, same station. Be there or be square. We love y'all. Peace and blessings.